the Veteran Support Group of Mount Olive. We formed for the purpose of seeing that all the veterans involved knew what their entitlements were. My primary concern is the medical care that our combat veterans are getting who are wounded and come back to the States. We have recently heard, and I have been communicating about this before, the number of suicides associated with combat veterans who come back to the States. And I think the primary reason for that is because I'm hearing that a lot of military veterans come back with the post-traumatic stress syndrome, but rather than treating them for that, they downgrade it and call it a personality disorder. And they're being separated. That means that they have no benefits, not even medical.
I'm a veteran of World War II, and I sacrificed my life to go and fight for a land where I was born and raised up in. See, waggling and going through with all this for a better day. See, for America, that my life would be a better life in the future. But now I compare those times with the times as of now, when the door's been open to the world, and everybody can come to America and have a better living. But I sacrificed my life to live in peace and to have a God to serve. That's what I believe. I believe in God. I know it's a God.
I have a problem with the way we open our doors to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But yet we don't open our doors to everyone. If a Cuban hit the shore, then he's allowed to stay. If a Haitian hit the shore, I don't care if he made it to New York, they're going to ship him back. Is there a problem with black and white?
People don't want to talk about the income disparities that still exist between black and white that have been virtually unchanged since the 19th century. People don't want to talk about the everyday prejudices that are out there. And I'm not going to stand here or sit here and pretend that I can tell you what it's like to be a black man in America. Obviously, I have no clue. But I do understand that, it seems to me that it doesn't matter if you're wealthy or if you're poor, you're always a black man in America or a black woman.
Right.
And this is something that we have to address. And the only way that we can address this is we've got to talk about it honestly.
I am concerned. I am very concerned of how electable you're going to be as a Muslim. I'm very concerned about that.
That's a real concern, and I understand. As a Muslim candidate, I see this as a two-edged sword. Obviously, there are certain people within this community who, the minute I go out there and I say I'm Muslim, they're going to tune me out, and they're not going to vote for me, and I understand that. But I think they're in the minority. I think, number one, America has always been a culture that's willing to accept people as individuals.
As long as you're not black.
Well,
as long as you're not black.
We tell people in the Muslim part of the world that they need to have faith in democracy, that they need to practice democracy. I think it would be a terrible message to those people out there if we talk about democracy here in the United States and a Muslim is unelectable by virtue of the fact that he's a Muslim. I've got plenty of other problems that they can hit on, but hopefully that's not one of them.
Let me ask you a question. Are you saying that you want us to be a part of your campaign?
What I need is men and women who are willing to go out there and stand beside me, not behind me, beside me, so that we can go up there and we can tell people what's going on and we can represent the real needs of this community.
The veteran outpatient out there, you go out there, you take 2 or 3 weeks to get an appointment.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get an appointment. you know. So you go out there and you say, well, hey, I got this, whatever. Okay, you come back 3 weeks or a month. By that time, man, you got problems.
You know, there's so many things that we spend money on because from a business point of view, it's important. To somebody making money on a corporate level, it's important, and we neglect this human level. We're neglecting the veterans in particular. You know, the problem is not that people don't want to help veterans. By people, I'm talking about politicians. The problem is that the politicians don't want to spend the money.
They're spending the money other places.
That's right.
You spend so many billions of dollars in Iraq and Afghanistan. Couldn't you take 1 month's appropriation, 1 month, and that'll last you 10 years?
Yeah.
It will last you 10 years in the civilian sector.
Lobbyists, out of control. But they've got the deep pockets. That's what keeps these people in office.
The problem is that these guys have been, these companies have been writing their own legislation and passing it through the lobbyists or passing it through whatever particular congressman that they've got control of, and that's how we get to this situation.
I want to throw y'all out. I'm sorry, not y'all. All of them out. I really like to clean house and start over again. We need some working people in there who, who has lived on $6,000 a year. See, that's the people we need. We need common sense in government. We don't have common sense anymore.